We're joined now by three-time Super Bowl champ and ESPN NFL analyst Darren Woodson. Darren, Monday on NFL Live, you named Earl Thomas the best safety in the NFL. That's quite a birthday present for the guy who turns 24 years old today. Why does he deserve such high praise in your mind?
Well, I think it started off his rookie year. I think when you look at Earl Thomas, one thing you know is that this guy digests the playbook early on in his rookie year, totally understood where he was supposed to be and what was called for him and expected of him. What's expected of Earl Thomas is to make plays and get guys lined up, be basically the sheriff or the quarterback, if you will be, for that Seattle Seahawks defense. And he's done a great job. You know, in the last 3 years, he has 10 interceptions, a ton of fumble recoveries, and he's caused some fumbles. So he's been a guy that's been the ultimate playmaker for probably the best secondary in the NFL in the Seattle Seahawks. And, you know, there's a lot of good players on that secondary, whether it be Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman. But Earl Thomas is a guy who stands out each and every week. And when you turn the film on, you know this kid can really play the game at a high level.
Among that Seahawks star-studded secondary, how do you see Earl's role among those players?
Well, he's the quarterback, much like you see Russell Wilson on the offensive side of the ball, getting guys lined up and making sure they're doing things the right way. You look at Earl Thomas at the safety position. His job is to get guys lined up, whether it be Richard Sherman or whether it be some of the linebackers or the defensive front guys. That's his job. That's his calling. He's supposed to make sure that everything's in the right order, but at the same time, if he's in the middle of the field, they expect him to make big plays. And right now, when you look at the Seattle Seahawks, he is the big play guy for the Seattle Seahawks.
You say you noticed Earl in his rookie season. How have you seen him evolve, though, since entering the league in 2010? You know,
being from Dallas and being in that Texas area, I got to see Earl play in college a lot at UT, and he was a playmaker there. My biggest concern for Earl was his size coming out of college. I didn't think he would be able to transition because he's on the smaller side. I didn't think he would be able to transition to the NFL quite the way he did. But Pete Carroll and those guys saw him play enough in college to know that he was a guy that could transition, and it's been smooth. In college, he covered the slot receiver, which I thought was extremely impressive while he was in college. It showed his versatility. Not only could he cover, but he could also make plays in the back half. And when he got over to Seattle, he didn't miss a beat. His confidence has always been there. And I think that's what makes him a special player, is that he's able to play with such a high confident level. And he's not afraid to take some chances when he has to.
At 5'10", when he stands on that confidence, he might be a little bit taller, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. On that confidence, he's 6'4", 240 pounds.
Now, Kenny Vaccaro, the number 15 pick in this year's draft, says that Earl Thomas is a player he very much looks up to. Do you see similarities in their games?
Yeah, very similar. And the reason I like both Earl Thomas and Vaccaro is, you know, one reason, when I was with the Dallas Cowboys, played there for 13 years, I did exactly what they did. I was a safety, but I covered the slot receiver. I played safety at the same time, played some linebacker at the same time. So versatility is huge in my book when it comes to the safety position. And when you look at Kenny Vaccaro, this is a guy, much like Earl Thomas, played the slot receiver in college, was a guy that made big plays for him, came up and tackled. When he covered the slot, he had to play like a linebacker at the same time. So he made big play after big play. And that's what I admire about these guys, their versatility. It's not just, you know, they're not a one-dimensional guy that can just make a tackle. They can come up, make tackles, cover slot receiver, cover tight ends. And that's what's so special about those two guys.
Darren Woodson from ESPN's NFL team with high praise for Earl Thomas and Kenny Vaccaro. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.